Hey Sean, what's this?
This is a pot that's been coated so that when you don't really need to worry about how much you watered because it always keeps it in check.
Oh Frank, what's your project about?
So what I have is an automatic page turner. So basically the premise was that if you have troubles with your hands and you have like maybe arthritis and you have trouble kind of, or you're just kind of lazy and you want to sit back and relax, there's this big button you press here and then it turns the page for you.
All right. Okay. And so Sean, how did you get the idea?
Well, I first got the idea when I saw my mom watering, and she always asks me that how did I water it 10 minutes ago or did I not water it? And I think that's a really big problem for a lot of people when they water the plant and then they do something else. They kind of forgot or did they water it and how much they watered. So I built this so that they can always keep in check, so they don't need to worry about, how much they watered.
Hey Frank, how did you get the idea?
So I got this idea through so in my design project at school we have a design block, and so we were focusing on disabilities with your hands, and so I thought that in this I could kind of implement this into this kind of design. So then the thing is that, as I said before, if you have problems with your hands or if you kind of want to sit back and relax and it's pretty hard for you to turn pages, I made sure that it's a big button so it's very accessible. Maybe if even you have an amputated arm and it's really difficult for you, it's really easy to just press this button and then it turns the page for you.
How did your stuff work? How did it work?
So, my pot, you can see there's a kind of chip on the outside of it. It's actually called a microbit. It's a brain of the code. So, and inside I have a moisture sensor, a soil moisture sensor taped inside. So, when you fill it with soil and you water it, it will automatically detect how much moisture is in the soil. And you can also set it to 3 different type of plants. There's the dry, there's the medium, which is actually fit up for almost every plant, and there's also the plant that needs a lot of water. So, when you water it, it checks the moisture amount, and when moisture is just right, it will show a check mark. But if it's too dry or you water too much, it will show an X mark. So you always know that how much you water, is it too much
Beautiful.
or too less.
It's a good one. Okay, I'm going to ask you the hardest question. Other than your smart pod, where can we use this technology? Your design. Same thing for you, Frank. Where?
So, first of all, one of the biggest thing I have here is a soil moisture sensor. And it has a lot of uses. For example, it can be used for aquaculture, where farmers use it for how much water it's in their soil they have planted crops on, which is really important since they always have to have it in check. And there's also another way where when some people want to make a land that's really dry, to have it actually farmable, can plant things on top of it. They use moisture sensors, attach it to a watering system, so that when it detects too dry, it automatically waters it.
And so the thing that I think the main reason that this could be used in is, I think, libraries, because I think that makes sense because it's the place where there's the most books and where this can be put to most use. And so in university libraries and school libraries and public libraries, when you're studying, or even if you just want to, I guess, as I said before, relax, or if you have a disability, the place where there's the most books, this can be implemented in some of the desks there. Maybe there's a desk for people who don't want it, and there's a desk for where it's available. Or maybe have this as a mobile kind of module where you can kind of bring it around yourself and then place it down. And so because there's the most books there, it's the most readily available, I think this could really help, I guess, make the experience of reading and, I guess, going to libraries available for everybody, no matter their limitations of their body, no matter, their age, or, maybe if you just want to, be lazy and chill.
Okay, Sean. I like your project. Do you have any message to your peers, to your friends, to your teachers?
Oh, yeah. You see, in school, as students, we learn all about coding, and we actually just started to learn about coding and programming, about robots and games. Like in school, and most of us don't learn them, like start to learn them until high school, and we won't have, and many schools won't have the proper materials for making robots until university. So my thought is that we as students, we have a lot of great ideas. We want to have the chance of actually presenting them. So, and that, for that, we need materials. And I think that we need more materials for robots, such as robots, in high schools, and maybe even just in grade 7 or 6, as we can just start building robots and program on our own, because we just want to try and have a chance of prove ourselves.
I think that always look for a very simple kind of method and then start to improve on that. And so basically, I think a lot of us are very eager to go into ideas, but then and then there are a lot of problems in the world, and we're very eager to solve them because we're the generation that's going into this world that's going to nurture, I guess, the future. And so what's going to happen is that I think that we're going to have lots of time dealing with problems, as seen by very kind of relevant kind of issues that are happening today. And so I think it's very important to start with a simple idea and then build on it. Because even for this project, my teacher didn't know that like he wouldn't have thought of like a simpler kind of mechanism such as this, where the blade kind of turns over the page. And so I think that you always should start with a simple idea and then build it up to something more clean and more kind of polished.